Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Naruto Was Trained by Hidan Part 2. I know it's been 6 months. I was going to do Part 2 probably when it wasn't 6 months ago, but it's been 6 months ago. Yes, I realized that. And, well, I haven't recorded for 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. Reason why? Well, it's because, it was very fucking hot on, well, Saturday and Sunday, and I was working during that time. It was scorching fucking heat. I came back home. I didn't feel like doing any what ifs. I just felt like sleeping, okay? It was scorching fucking hot. Also, every time well, like sweat goes down my eyes, they always keep burning, like any type of, I don't know. But also, I had like some kind of bug bite me or whatever. I don't know. I have this huge ass swollen place that I just scratch a lot and kind of bleeding right now. But not the point. Don't do that if you do have something. I don't know. If you have something like that, I don't know. Don't scratch it like me, but I'm just a dumbass. But not the point. It's been 2 days since I haven't recorded. Well, if you want to count that What If Naruto Was a Protector Part 5, the end, that was actually recorded on Friday, not Saturday. I uploaded on Saturday. The reason why is just that was the only what if I had like kind of recorded. I just didn't record. I didn't like upload it on Friday because, well, I don't know. I was just too damn tired, and I had to wake up early the next day. But yeah, that's why it's just. So yeah. So let me go into a recap of this what if. It's been such a fucking long time. I know that I also have to do what if Naruto had time and space. I think I said dojutsu, genkai or something. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah. Also, there's gonna be the what if Naruto was from a metal clan, which that was also that part 5. No, not part 5. Part 2 for it. Since I have a couple of what ifs that I haven't even done part 2 for. So if you guys want to see that, it might be coming up. It won't be coming out on Saturday or Sunday next week, or I mean this weekend, because I gotta go work again, and it's going to be 103 degrees out there. I'ma fucking die from the goddamn sun. But other than that, let me shut the fuck up and do the recap. So what happened last time was, well, Naruto was actually born to be a Hatake Uzumaki, not a Namikaze Uzumaki. His father was a Hatake, and if you're thinking it's Kakashi, no. It's his older brother named Minato Minato Hatake. So, Minato Hatake is, well, Kakashi's older brother, and the son of, no, I forgot his goddamn name. I forgot what's it called, Kakashi's father, but there's where, when Kakashi's father did die, like commit suicide, Kakashi's older brother was the one to take care of Kakashi. Of course, this is where Kakashi's older brother named Minato Hatake, I want to say Namikaze for some reason, Hatake was the one to take care of him and also meet Kushina Uzumaki. With that happening, they did have a child named Naruto Uzumaki Hatake. Of course, when the Nine Tails was attacking, the 4 Nine Tails was still into Naruto, meaning that he has all 100%. But of course, I think I mentioned that, I probably didn't. But of course, this is where, not Kakashi, Minato and Kushina had to die. This is where before he told Hiruzen to look after his child and kind of put a genjutsu so no one can see that Naruto has grayish, silverish hair like the Hatake, and also red hair like the Uzumaki. So of course Naruto's hair was changed into the genjutsu of having blonde hair, blue eyes, and whisker marks. Hiruzen wanted to throw those whisker marks just to throw a fucking loop into some people. That didn't work out that much, but yeah. Sorry about that. I just had a burp. But, okay. But of course, this is where, well, Naruto was thrown to be a 4-year-old, getting beaten up by villagers, all them other things. Also, I should mention that I will do a recap timer in the comments, but I forgot about that. But of course, this is where, well, Naruto was thrown around and getting his ass beat, kicked into the curb by Hiruzen. Hiruzen neglected them whole fucking time. This is where Naruto was a 4-year-old and actually managed to run outside the village. Of course, running outside the village, he met someone with silver, well, kind of grayish hair, having no shirt, having a necklace that has this kind of upside down triangle with a circle around it. Of course, this is where, well, he did have pants, okay. My boy Hidan did have pants, grayish pants, and kind of like white, black sandals, okay. Of course, this is where, well, he was kind of walking along and met Naruto. Naruto was scared of anyone because, well, people were still chasing after him outside the village to kill him. Of course, when Naruto was about to talk to Hidan, he got stabbed in the back by a kunai. Hidan destroyed all of the Leaf Ninjas, continuing of, well, Jonins, Chunins, Genins, and even civilians. He didn't care. He killed them all. Of course, took Naruto with him to kind of try to heal him. He's not the best healer. But of course, he was managing to kind of provide food for Naruto. And when, well, we went into a 2-year time skip, Naruto was 7. And of course, this is where they ran into Pain. And of course, Pain tries to bring Hidan into the, well, organization called the Akatsu's, so he can have an immortal friend for fucking Kakuzu when they get Kakuzu. Of course, Kakuzu was getting attacked by, well, Orochimaru and, well, Kisame. Yeah, Orochimaru and Kisame, okay? Not Orochimaru and Kisame. Orochimaru and Hidan and, well, Konan, but yeah. Of course, that was happening. Of course, Naruto managed to stab both the eyes of, well, what's it called? Well, the eyes of the Diva Path, and managed to get Hidan away by taking out the rods and kind of running with him. Of course, this is where, well, Naruto was tired, and of course, this Genjutsu was kind of getting this kind of like disrupted a little bit. This is where Hidan knows a little bit about ninjutsu, but he doesn't use it that much since he's mostly based on immortality with his kind of, well, deity named the Joshin, or mostly god named Joshin. But yeah. Of course, this is where, well, he managed to get rid of the genjutsu that Naruto had. And Naruto had silver hair, well, red highlights mostly. And of course, well, no whisker marks. And also his eyes were a purple with black. So yeah, Kushina had purple eyes in this one, okay? Oh no, purple looks way better than normal, okay? I don't like blue that much, but yeah. Well, I do, but purple looks much better. So of course, also, Minato's eyes were not blue, they were black, just like the Hatake and all that. So of course, one eye is black, one eye is purple. But yeah, this one, Naruto, he is kind of looking at Hidan, and Hidan was like, so I see, that's what you look like. Then let's go. So Naruto is 7, as you mentioned. And of course, they're kind of walking, well, kind of running away from the Diva Paths. Or mostly not the Diva Path, the different paths, because, well, Diva Path was destroyed by Naruto, managing to cut the link from Nagato's kind of use. But yeah. Of course, this is where Nagato was pissed and just said, screw it. Well, Naruto wasn't really tired. He did use the Nine Tails power, I should mention. But yeah. So, of course, this is where, well, Hidan was taking Naruto. So, of course, Naruto's still 7. So, we go into Hidan going into, well, we go into a time skip. So, yes, the recap did end. I think I like 6 or 7. I should rewatch it later. But yeah. But of course, we go into a time skip of 2 years. Naruto has actually been training with Hidan. And of course, this is where Naruto has gotten better in using his Tanto. He has 2 Tantos now because he managed to steal one from a bandit that actually... Well, this Tanto's kind of confusing for Naruto. It's a black blade. Of course, the blade is black. The handle is kind of like purple. And of course, the other blade that he has that, well, Hidan bought him is not the same blade. He actually got another blade. That this blade had a red kind of, well, not red, kind of a bluish, lightish tint to it. And of course, the handle was kind of like blue. Well, a blue golden color, a little bit. But yeah, mostly blue and golden. But yeah. Also, I should really mention, Naruto still doesn't have the necklace of Joshin yet. That's something else that Naruto has to do, but yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto, he's running, well, kind of training with Hidan and still kind of running and trying to learn how to use his Tantos. Of course, this is where Hidan wanted to get him bigger weapons, like bigger swords, like a scythe and all that. But the reason is Naruto's body is still too tiny to kind of hold up like a sword or anything like that. Of course, he has trained Naruto in, well, like getting strength, like getting buffer a little bit. But of course, this is where Naruto's body, he is skinny from his original canon self. But of course, it's a little bit kind of ripped a little bit also. This is a 9-year-old. That's where Naruto, he managed to get towards, well, not managing. Hidan decides to kind of, well, see the date by kind of going to a village and asking what day it is. This is where the civilian says that it's this date and this, like I'm gonna say it's October 10 to, not 2000, 2000 something, I don't know, whatever you want to say, ninja year or whatever. Of course, this is where Hidan says, interesting, okay. So wait, Naruto, isn't it your birthday today? This is where Naruto gets scared, and this is where Hidan notices that Naruto's still traumatized. So this is where Hidan decides, you want go rob him a cake. Because Hidan is, well, he isn't broke, but he just doesn't want to spend money. And of course, well, yeah. So of course, he gets Naruto like a cake by robbing someone that had a cake for another person. Naruto didn't really feel bad because he kind of lost all hope on like a bunch of people. And mostly the only person that he sees as like a big brother / father figure is kind of Hidan. Now Hidan does not like being called father, sensei, or anything. Brother is mostly okay because he does not want to be called old. That's the one reason. He still wants to be young a little bit. But yeah. This is where Naruto smiles, but yeah. This is where, well, Hidan is kind of like an older brother for Naruto. An older brother that Naruto never had. Or any family, exactly, in the Leaf Village, but yeah. Now, of course, this is where Naruto, he's kind of like, well, kind of eating the cake and also giving some cake to Hidan, and Hidan just eating it, but yeah. Now, I should mention one thing, they're eating it with their bare hands, but yeah. Because, first of all, they don't have any, like, silverware or anything like this, so, yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto, after kind of eating the cake and all, they kind of start training more, but yeah. Now we go into a time skip of them being, well, Naruto being 10 and Hidan being whatever years old, because I forgot. He's immortal. He can't fucking age, I don't think so. But of course, this is where, well, Naruto, he's 10, and of course, Naruto is being taken towards, well, a place that he actually never really knew or anything. Because this place was kind of taking place in, well, a village called Darkness Country. Now, of course, Naruto was going along with Hidan. Of course, Naruto's clothing, he has a black cloak. And of course, it's where, well, it kind of covers up his head and all that. So nothing can fall on him, but yeah, like rain or anything. So, of course, that's happening. He has kind of a black shirt, black pants, and kind of black sandals. And this is where Naruto is kind of walking along with Hidan. Now, Hidan has his scythe. He does have a brown coat, just so it doesn't seem to be cold that much, but yeah. But of course, this is where he goes towards this place in Darkness Country. Now, of course, this is where, well, when Hidan goes to this kind of like building, that Naruto was confused, but it was kind of not well lit. It was still kind of dark, pretty dark, because darkness is very like dark, like there's barely any sun being able to come in, but yeah. Because there's a huge ass tree that's in the middle of Darkness Country that kind of cover up the sun. So of course this is where Naruto can barely see through, but Hidan knows where to go. Now of course they go towards a place that Naruto was confused what this place is exactly. This is where Hidan explains that this is called the Joshin Reunion. This is where Naruto says, so what? This is where Hidan says, like I said, it's kind of like a reunion with every other commander of, well, not commander, mostly, what's it called, sacrificer leaders or sacrifice commanders or anything for Joshin. Now, of course, I was taking you here so you can actually get your necklace and finally become a kind of sacrificial, well, how should I say, a sacrificial Joshin. Now, of course, you can still stick with me, but I don't prefer it that much, but yeah. Naruto nodded. It's where Naruto was looking around. he sees other people. Some people has like blue jet hair, and they have like two swords on their back, or mostly some swords, weapons, or anything, spears or anything. He sees other people with different colored hair, and this is where he kind of like keeps walking into Hidan, like behind Hidan, and this is where Hidan stopped. And when Naruto was looking around, he come bump into Hidan. This is where Naruto says, "Big brother." This is where Hidan says, "Hey there, this is Jalina Savina." Yeah, well, I call him Jalina. This is where Jalina kind of turns around. A girl with purely, well, kind of white hair, red eyes, and of course, well, not white hair, kind of like red, crimson hair, like fiery kind of crimson red hair, and red eyes. And then she turns around and says, "Oh, it's an interesting surprise, Hidan. I haven't actually seen you in a while. How long has it been? 8 years?" This is where Hidan goes, "Ugh, not you. I thought you wouldn't come. Damn it." This is where she says, "It's been a long ass time. Why haven't you come into another reunion? A bunch of people is here, hearing about the greatest legendary sacrificial for Lord Joshi. And yet you haven't come into one of these reunions. Why is the reason you came now?" It's where two girls are behind, Jelena. And of course, this is where, these two girls are wearing different clothes. Like, one is wearing purple, one is wearing pink. They have two scythes. Well, mostly one has a scythe that's kind of purple and the other one's kind of pinkish. And of course, their hair is white. Well, both of them. They look twins that Naruto's looking from. But yeah. So this is what they look like. And of course, they do kind of have, well, not the necklaces yet. But of course, one has red eyes, one has purple eyes. And of course, well, kind of red clothing mostly. But yeah. And of course, they come from, well, kind of, like. So of course, this is where, well, they come from, grass country. And of course, this is where, well, they look at Naruto. And Naruto kind of looks at them with purple eye and black eye, because he has a kind of mixed match on his eyes. But yeah, of course, this is where, well, Joanna says, "Oh, who's the little kid behind you?" This is where Hidan steps in front of him. And of course, this is where Hidan says, "Oh, nothing. It's just nothing that you should worry about." This is where Joanna says, "Oh, are you taking on someone to be your apprentice? Interesting. Or is this something more? Did you finally adopt some kid so he can also work into being, well, a sacrificial like you?" This is where, Hidan says, "Shut up." This is where Jovina says, "Oh, come on. You know me. I also adopt people." This is where, well, she says, "Look at these two girls. They're so beautiful, right? Besides, they seem to be strong also into sacrificing people. How many has your student sacrificed?" Hidan says, about like 500. Yeah, Naruto has killed a lot of people. Of course, Hidan needs to be standing next to kind of do the whole ritual, but yeah, because Naruto doesn't know that much about the ritual, but he learns a lot. And of course, even though he doesn't have the necklace yet, because he needs to do something about it, but yeah. This is where Naruto has also been learning how to use lightning. The reason why Naruto is able to use lightning, I don't know. It's, what's it called? Naruto has a very high, and I mean high as infinity in lightning. That it's so high that Naruto kind of, when he adds a little bit of chakra to a war and thing, because Hidan does know about a little bit of ninjutsu, Naruto's chakra is not chakra, it's lightning chakra. It's purely lightning chakra all around his coils. Just such a high infinity that instead of being just normal chakra, it's only lightning chakra. Of course, Naruto has some trouble in not using lightning chakra, but yeah. Naruto has actually been able to kind of create like lightning out of his hand. Like send lightning attacks at people. He kind of named them, well, himself, because he doesn't have any jutsus or anyone to teach him about lightning. And Hidan does not use any that much in ninjutsu. So where Naruto, he can use different types of lightning he just noticed. The more lightning that he adds in his hand, the more higher of an, what's called lightning level it gets. So the lowest one that he actually uses is kind of this bluish, darkish blue color. Of course, it's not that powerful as like its yellowish counter partner. Now the yellow is kind of a little bit higher. Of course, is where it goes into, well, purple to being a little bit higher than that, red into being higher, and a lightish, lightish blue, like a very lightish blue, to be higher than that. Then it goes into this kind of dark or even white version of lightning that means to become actually stronger than both of those. But there's actually the last Infinity Lightning that Naruto hasn't actually recognized in how to use it much. He used it once, but of course it hurted his hand a little bit. It's kind of this like negative version of lightning. This lightning seems to be the strongest lightning out of all of them, but Naruto barely even used it. He used it once on his finger. He wanted to practice so much lightning to his finger that he accidentally used it and of course hurted his finger. Of course also numbed his whole arm, which when he was in the middle of a fight, he did manage to touch someone with that. He wanted to kind of test it on one person. That person was fried to the bone. Yeah, he was dead. Even though the other lightnings do that, but the bones melted. They melted in an instant when Naruto touched him with the negative lightning. Of course, this is where Naruto was, his whole arm was numb, but yeah. Of course, it came back after a while, but it took about 2 weeks. So, of course, this is where, well, Jirina says, interesting, you know, he seems adorable. He seems like a perfect fit for my two girls here. This is where Hidan says, screw off. Come on, Naruto. This is where Naruto says, yes, big brother Sama. This is where, well, Naruto follows Hidan, and of course, this is where Jirina kind of smiles, licks her like lips, and this is where she says, didn't know Hidan had a soft spot. This is where both the girls kind of looked at Naruto, and they kind of smile also. This is where, well, lustfully mostly, but yeah. This is where Naruto kind of goes with Hidan. Of course, this is where Naruto, he gets towards, well, this kind of giant kind of stadium. It looks like it's a bunch of, like, stadium about people watching it. And, of course, this is where, well, there's, like, this giant field that's, like, a bunch of tests. And, of course, Naruto's confused. This is where Hidan says, Naruto. Huh? Yes, big brother Sama? This is where Hidan was taking off his brown coat, putting on, like, a darker coat, and putting it over his head. And, of course, it's, like, this kind of gray around, like, this gray fur around his, like, face, and mostly the coat. The, hood and all that. And of course, Naruto's like, I've never seen you wear something like that. This is where Hidan says, because I'm going to be one of the instructors, or, well, one of the, how should I say, not proctors, spectators, into seeing how good are you into actually becoming the Chashiness. Got it, Naruto? Naruto's like, wait, so am I going to be tested? Yes. Now take this number. Naruto puts on this number that's, like, on his, like, like, chest area, and we just put it there. It's like a sticker mostly. But this is where, well, Hidan says, so I'm going to be one of the testers and all that, mostly spectators and all that. And I'll give numbers out and see how good you are. Now, I can't be biased because I have to be fair and judgy to the others, but yeah. Naruto nodded. This is where Hidan says, but good luck. This is where Naruto's number was about 21. Okay, you're probably wondering what the fuck. Okay, just shut up and just, I don't know, I just thought of 21. Also, that's going to be tomorrow. Not the point, but this is where Naruto nodded, and of course, this is where, well, Naruto, he's like going to wait in the line and all that. Sorry about that. He's going to wait in the line, and this is where, well, Hidan is telling Naruto good luck, and of course, Naruto has his two Tontos. This is where Naruto, he's behind the two twins that he saw. Of course, behind Naruto is this kid with, like, he looks big as fuck. He has dark skin, and of course, his hair is black. It's jet black. Of course, his eyes to be cold. Very cold. He has this, like, large, great sword on him, and of course, he is just standing, well, behind Naruto. Naruto's on the line mostly, but yeah. The first kind of person kind of goes, and of course, he tries to kind of show that he's definitely a killer and should be, sacrificer? Well, another sacrificer to kind of be in the leader and all that? To have a necklace and all that, to show that he's definitely loyalty to Joshin. And of course, this is where, well, he kind of fell. This is where, well, a bunch of people started failing. because the performance on them killing people was either kind of not that brutal, and they killed them like cleanly off their head. They're supposed to torture them and other things, but of course, so many people are failing that. This is where, well, some of them didn't have the stomach, and some other people just couldn't like do it. So of course they were kicked out, and of course some of them were actually killed for their bad performance. And Naruto was going along. This is where Naruto was seeing the two twins, and of course they were kind of doing this like kind of dance with their prey, and of course then killing them with the scythe, only cutting one of their arms, and then cutting the other arm, and kind of laughing at them when they're doing it. Of course, this is where they're being sadistic and other things, and of course, this is where they started kind of ripping out their organs, feeding it down their throat, and saying for Lord Shashi when they grab like a heart and kind of crush them down the blood, well, from the heart to fall on their kind of face, and this is where they're smiling crazily. It's where Jovina, who's right now in the stadium and not one of the spectators like Hidan is kind of smiling. Now, of course, the spectators kind of put up a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. There's actually like 6 spectators in total. One has dark blue fur, another one has a dark pink. Of course, this is where one of them has black fur. Hidan has gray, like a dark gray. Another one has like this dark green. And of course, is where, well, the last one has this kind of like white fur. And of course, he is looking around. This is where, well, he sees the next person that's coming up, and it's a boy with grayish hair, well, mostly silver hair, and, well, red highlights. Of course, this person with white fur took an interest with Naruto. He says, interesting. This is where, well, Naruto, he does, like, see his prey, and of course he pulls out, well, he doesn't pull out his tonsils just yet. He rushes at him, grabs him from, well, it's actually what's called live people. It's like civilians and all that they got captured by the Joshiness. Of course, this is where Naruto grabs him from the arm, breaks it, just like breaks him, makes him scream out louder. And of course, then Naruto kind of kicked him, and then kicked him, then grabbed him from the leg by kind of, when he kicked him in the side, this is where the guy was about to get like pushed to the like spectators, but Naruto grabbed him from the leg, breaks his leg, and of course the person is screaming out. This is where so many people are actually getting amused with this. Naruto didn't use his weapons just yet. He's kind of torturing this person, this civilian. Naruto doesn't have any remorse. Reason why is because if he didn't have remorse by people in his village, as she also mentioned, this person is not just any normal person that just got captured. This person has, well, kind of like an orangey, kind of like, not orangey, kind of a dark pink hair to her. Of course, this is where she has kind of green eyes a little bit. And Naruto, he already knows who this bitch is. This bitch is a Haruno that he kind of saw in the Leaf Village. This bitch, well, yeah, this lady kind of got captured by the Joshiness when she was traveling with her family. Of course, this is where, well, she noticed that this is Naruto with someone she can barely recognize. But of course, Naruto's torturing her mostly, making her pay because Naruto was getting beaten up by her and her goddamn husband and her family. But yeah, Naruto had enough of it and just keeps kind of torturing her, ripping her apart, mostly kind of clawing her face, then getting one of her eyes and ripping it out. And of course, where, well, so many people are seeing the brutal, the fact that this kid is kind of ripping out this person's like body so easily. This is where Naruto like pulls out to kind of show his teeth to be kind of sharp. He's using the QB a little bit, but he's not doing it on purpose. He's doing it on accident. This is where Naruto grabs her from the neck, and well, not neck, mostly arm, and rips it off. This is where Naruto is saying, "You're going to die. You're going to wish you were never born." This is where Naruto pulls out his 2 tonsils, stabs her in the legs so she won't try to run away. This is where Naruto grabs the other arm, sends the lightning chakra into it. This is where she starts getting electricity into her body. She's screaming out in this terrifying kind of like scream. This is where so many people that were in the stadium, and there were older people, were seeing this and kind of really realize that this kid is being so brutal to the civilian, like it's nothing. This is where Hidan can see this. Hidan actually smiles seeing that Naruto's being really brutal. Of course, he knows why this person, from the kind of little report that he got from this dark pink hair girl, or mostly lady, she's a Haruno from the Leaf Village. And of course, Hidan might have thought that Naruto might have like freaked out and kind of got scared for this Haruno. But seeing Naruto do the opposite, instead of being scared, he's showing fear into this lady. Really, really terrifying fear. Hidan is smiling, seeing that Naruto got over his traumatized. Instead, he's making someone else feel traumatized. It's where Naruto saying, "I will kill you. I'll kill all of those bastards. I'll kill your family. I'll kill everyone. I'll kill everyone you fucking love." Naruto's actually smiling with this evil, crazy look. This is where Naruto's eyes were slicked red, but then transformed to blue. This slick blue instead of being red, from the fact that he's adding lightning chakra and the Kyuubi's power. Of course, Kurama is seeing this, and he's seeing how just devastating Naruto is, and just kind of torturing people. This is where Naruto's laughing. This is where Naruto says, "But I'm going to end you in such a short, well, not short, a very long, torturing death. Don't you think that's being nice?" This is where she gets scared. She's like, kill me now." This is where Naruto is kind of just punching her down. Right now, sending more lightning chakra to her. This is where she's screaming even worse. Some people that are older, like I did mention, in the stadium, are kind of vomiting. This is where Jovina, who is actually watching this, she gets a smile, but then gets kind of nerve-wracking a little bit. She never seen a boy be this brutal to someone. This is where Hidan, he's smiling, but no one can see his smile. Of course, the hood is kind of covering up his face mostly. And of course, the white hair, well, not white hair, the white, what's it called, fur hooded person is kind of watching this. And of course, he smiles to himself, saying, "Perfect. This kid is perfect." This is where when Naruto pull out his tanto to slit her throat, he does it. And this is where Naruto grabs her head, which is still kind of bleeding. And this is where Naruto says, "For Lord Jashin." This is where Naruto said it in such a stern, strong voice. This is where so many people were inspired, so many people were kind of grossed out, so many people were kind of terrified of Naruto. And of course, the two twins that saw this, they were kind of terrified, but actually getting more interested with Naruto. Of course, this is where, well, the proctors, well, not the proctors, mostly the specters, Hidan raises up saying 15. Of course, this is where the black cloak one says, what's it called, black fur mostly, says 14. This is where the pink one says 20. This is where, well, not 20, she says kind of like 16. This is where, well, dark green says kind of like 14. Dark blue says like 15. While the last one being the white fur, he kind of raises like his post up, but then stands up. This is where he pulls out the number, and of course the number was, well, not even a number, saying adoption. This is where all of them were confused. Everyone was confused. This is where Naruto was confused even more. This is where the white cloak figure takes off his kind of like, well, not cloak, the fur, down from his face, mostly the hood, and of course he says, "Huh, I never thought I would find someone like you. So ruthless and murderous. That's why I'm adopting you." This is where Hidan was confused and kind of growls. He doesn't know who this person is. This is where this person has white hair, kind of like a white kind of crown appearing on his head. Of course, his hair is very long. It's like very long. Of course, he wears like this white, well, the white fur is kind of covering up his clothing mostly. But of course, his eyes are, well, this person has kind of like whitish eyes. And of course, he has like red highlights. Like, not red highlights, red eyelashes. And this is where he's not a girl, he's a dude. This is where he smiles and says, "You're very interesting, kid. So how about it? I adopt you into the Jashin family." This is where all of them widen their eyes. Like every Jashin is widening their eyes. They know who this person is now. This is White Joshing. This is where, well, his first name is White, but yeah. Of course, this is where his last name is Joshing. And, well, the Joshiness does know about a rare occasion. About a rare occasion about, well, Joshin himself adopting children. Adopting children that he wants them to be the heir of the clan. Because Joshin is like someone of a clan, but in the underworld. So, of course, where White summons like this, like makes something appear right in front of him, like a mirror. But this is where the face of Joshin appears. This is where he says, "White, why do you call me?" "Well, you already know why I call you. You saw through my eyes." This is where Joshin himself smiles and says, "Of course. So how about it, kid? Adoption? Or do you prefer just to be a sacrificial? A sacrificial, like, captain or whatever?" This is where Naruto didn't know what to say. This is where he looks at Hidan, and Hidan kind of like lifted up his hood a little bit and does smile at him and kind of nodded, saying, "Take it." This is where Naruto, he kind of nodded himself, saying, "Yes, I want to be adopted." This is where Joshin smiles and says, "Good. White, why can you please take him with you?" This is where White says, "Yes, but let me see the other contestants. Come here, Naruto. Sit next to me." This is where, well, Naruto does sit next to, well, White. And of course, it's where, well, he got his, like, own, like, kind of, like a fur cloak. Now, of course, the fur cloak is kind of silver, but yeah. And of course, he's just, like, sitting next to White. Of course, it's where, well, the other contestants talked about, let me say that, I said that twice. About 101. But of course, some of them kind of fell, some of them actually passed, and some of them just got killed for their kind of stupidity and actually recklessness. But yeah. And of course, it were, well, after the whole little ordeal, whole little concept kind of happened, some people were given necklaces. Like these silver, well, kind of white necklaces that kind of fits either their personality, hair, or what color they wanted. Some of them kind of wanted red, blue, this, that, or that. Of course, Naruto wasn't given one. No, he was taken by White. White made a portal, but of course, this is where Naruto says, "Wait, would I be able to see the human realm?" Yes, of course he would be able to see the human realm again. This is where Naruto was confused. Human realm? This is where White says, "Come along." This is where Naruto does follow White. Now, White is a little bit older than him. He's 14. White is 14. This is where, well, Naruto's only 10. So, of course, 4 years different apart. This is where Naruto is following this older kid. And, of course, White just takes Naruto towards, well, the underworld. This is where Naruto sees a giant palace. Giant red palace. Well, reddish. Kind of like crimson red. There's silver, some pillars, gold a little bit, but yeah. Of course, he looks around him and sees red trees. These trees that just, the wood is kind of red and the leaves are red also. These are called blood trees, White said. If you're wondering, those trees are called blood trees. You should, well, he's going to tell you later. I'll tell you how everything works down here in this underworld. Naruto nodded. Of course, keeps following White. And of course, where, well, White went into, well, this palace. Of course, guards kind of bow down to White and says, "Hello there, White-sama." This is where White nodded. And this is where, well, they saw the kid. And of course, they already thought the adoption might have happened again. It's only been 4 years. Well, 4 years for White and 4 years for Naruto. So, yeah, it's been kind of 4 years ago for White being adopted, but yeah. And now that another 4 years has passed, this kid has just appeared. They're now thinking about the adoption. They know about the adoption cycle a little bit, but yeah. They thought it would take more years, but yeah. This is where, well, Naruto is just kind of walking along with White. Of course, kind of being careful on how to walk. And of course, White tells him that he can walk normally fine. For right now. Well, just really not much about preference how you will walk, but just don't act scared that much. This is where Naruto nodded. This is where Naruto was taken towards, well, this kind of like giant room. Now, it looks like a kitchen table, But of course, it was long. Think of it like alabaster a little bit. But yeah, that kitchen table. But yeah, all the way down was a man with silver hair, palish white skin, horns on top, red kind of like clothing a little bit. Of course, like red pants also, but yeah. And of course, he had the joshing symbol. This is where he smiles and says, "Ah, hello there, my middle child son, and also my new youngest child." This is where Naruto sees this man, thinking that he is now, well, he is joshing joshing God and all that. He's wondering why he was adopted a little bit, but yeah. This is where, well, White sits down in the middle, and of course Naruto just sits down anywhere in the like table. But of course the table shrinks to kind of getting rid of some chairs, and of course it shrinks by kind of magic a little bit, but yeah. Of course, Naruto is now closer, a little bit, not closer. He's just still at the same spot, but chairs kind of disappear, making the table shrink, and of course Naruto was taken along with him. With the chair mostly. Or not chair, mostly table, but yeah. Of course, it's where Joshin says, "So, I have now 3 children." This is where Naruto was confused. 3? He doesn't see a third one. Until the third one sits similar, just farther a little bit from White. But Naruto was kind of next to what he said in the other side of White. But of course, it where Naruto was confused. Who is this person? This person has silver hair. And of course, this person, well, yeah, silverish hair. Like silver hair. And kind of have some gold highlights. But his eyes are silver. And of course, it where, well, he is just kind of there, sitting down. But of course, he's like creating something in his hands. Like this silver golden dust is kind of appearing in his hands. He's creating some like stars or kind of artwork. And of course, this is where Josh smiles. He says, "Sylvan, can you please stop playing with your, well, your abilities?" That's where Sylvan says, "Fine, father." That's where Josh says, "So White, has it been, how many people have actually survived and became a, well, sacrificer or anything like that?" "About only 40 out of the 101. "I see. Some of them weren't worthy." "Then again, one of them were very worthy." He looked at Naruto. Naruto tries to look away from his, like, what's it called? Just looking at him. And of course, Naruto isn't trying to be rude, but of course, Joshi smiles and says, "So, what is your name?" That's where Naruto says, "Naruto." That's where Joshin smiles and says, "So, Naruto, my 3rd youngest child. If you're wondering what you're going to be doing in, well, this place, it's training, of course. Since, well, I have 3 children now, and there's no need to adopt anymore. I just wanted 3. But I never expected, well, the oldest. If you want to know his age, he's 18. The middle child, who you already know is White, is 14, and you're 10. You're 4 years different apart from, well, not both, mostly White, and 8 years apart from, well, Sylvan here. Naruto nodded, and this is where, well, Josh says, "It seems that you have a very high lightning-like ability. Just like these 3 have very high infinity in their own abilities. Mostly, Sylvan has a very high infinity into, well, metal and all them other things. His chakra is mostly using different types of metals. Metals that he loves to use mostly. But yeah, now White has a very, very high infinity into taking souls. And you have a very high infinity for lightning. Very interesting. My children are very interesting." That's where Naruto says, "Oh." That's where Joshin says, "But don't worry, little one. You will be strong just like them. Just take it a couple of years. Don't worry. And also, if you're worried about Hidan, you don't need to worry. He's the most expert in, well, being one of the strongest in the Joshin's cult. So you don't need to worry about him. You just gotta worry about yourself for a little bit. Meanwhile time." Got it? This is where Naruto nodded. This is where, well, Joshin says, also, you will be going back to the human world when you get strong enough. This is where Naruto nodded. This is where well, Joshin says, good. And I hope you have a nice stay here in the Joshin Palace. This is where Naruto even nodded more. This is where, well, Joshin says, well, White, can you show him his room now? This is where White nodded and says, come along, Naruto. This is where Naruto follows, well, White, and this is where Sylvan says, so are you sure this is the last child that you wanted to adopt it? Of course. Why so interested in us? This is where Sylvan is talking. This is where, well, Joshi smiles and says, oh, even though you might be a little bit older than White and Naruto, doesn't matter. You're the perfect, well, heir. Well, maybe, if you accept this time. This is where Sylvan says, no, I won't accept at all. I won't even state you and kick you out. Nah, you're too strong, so why would I kick you out? I will ask White, and maybe I'll even ask Naruto, if he wants to be the heir of the clan. This is where Sylvan kind of growls and says, why do you want an heir, like an heir to the clan? You just want to force marry us. So where Josh smiles and says, damn it, you know my plan. Fuck. Damn. I guess you found that out. Sure, Sylvan says, I'm not an idiot. You have tried to do that to me. This is where Josh smiles and says, you are a smart one. This is where Naruto's taken to his room, and his room is blank white, but this is where White says, you just gotta imagine how your room will look like. So just think of whatever you wanna, and it would change. It can change any time of weather, mood, or anything will happen. But yeah, just touch the wall, and you can see what I mean. That's where Naruto, he touches the wall and imagines. He imagines the wall to be kind of a purplish color, the bed to be black. Of course, there's being pillows. This is where everything is changing around the room instead of just being purely white. But this is where Naruto, he lays on the bed and can see that it's real and not just his imaginary. This is where Naruto says, huh, very interesting. This is where Naruto, he's thinking, what to do. This is where White, before leaving, he went to somewhere else, brought back a necklace and gave it to Naruto. He knock at the door, and Naruto opens it and say, White sama. This is where White just says, here. This is where Naruto grabs the necklace, and this necklace is, well, not just type of metal necklace. White has a necklace, but it's white, just purely white. Silver has a necklace that's purely based on different metals, and Naruto has a necklace that's colored on different patterns of lightning, like this. So it's purple over here, lightish blue there, well, lightish blue here, kind of red and negative colors here, and black over there, but yeah. So of course Naruto, he has this and puts it on, and of course this is where Naruto smiles and says, I guess I actually did make him proud. That's where White nodded and walked away. This is where Naruto says, so I just have to train. Maybe I can get stronger. Yeah, I should get stronger. Yeah. So this is where we go into a 2-year time skip. Naruto is now 12 years old. White is 16. And well, for Sylvan, he is now 20. Well, Sylvan has trained Naruto in using different silver metals and all that. And same with White, has been training in Naruto in using different types of lightning. Naruto's actually been trained in using lightning infinity. Even though, well, to come, both the older brothers of Naruto doesn't have lightning infinity, Joshin can somewhat help Naruto in using his lightning more better. Now, of course, Joshin does know about the Nine Tails being sealed inside Naruto, and was going to think of getting rid of him, but this is where he says, where would I even put him? In the human world, he would just seal back. You want to just keep him in Naruto, but if anything happens, I'll get rid of him. Of course, Naruto has met, well, some people outside the clan head. So what Naruto found out that Naruto's in one of the clan heads of clan districts of the 12 forbidden clans. There is 12 in total. Naruto is in one of those 12. Naruto has met other people from the 12 forbiddens. He met a girl with, kind of snake hair, and of course her eyes were slick and all that. And of course she had like sharp teeth to be like a snake. And of course she was very like, how should I say, very lustful for Naruto, but Naruto didn't want anything like that. So yeah, of course Naruto met a boy with, this boy is 12, but he is huge. This man is like, he is 7'7". Now Naruto is like 6'1". Well, not 6'1". He is actually, how should I say, like 5'7". So yeah. But of course the person was like 7'7". Of course this person was huge. But of course, from Naruto understanding, the first girl was actually from a clan called the what's it called, not Sapphire, the Serpents. And of course the third one that he met, the big ass kid, was actually from a clan called the Berserkers. Now of course where Naruto figured out that this kid doesn't have much intelligence, but listens towards Naruto's commands a little bit. This is where Naruto was kind of wondering why. This is where he even talks to the other girl, and of course where she seems to follow Naruto's command a little bit. Naruto found out from a little bit more research that his clan, from the 12 forbidden clans, his clan is the most powerful, the most strongest, and the most politically powerful in all the 12 clans. That it's considered to be one of the leaders, like a leader of the other 12 forbiddens. So of course, this is where Naruto is actually someone like a prince of royalty towards the others. So of course, he is considered to be dead, and that's why they follow his command. Of course, Naruto's hair is still kind of like silver and red, and of course, it has become longer. Naruto let it grow out a little bit, just like white is. But of course, this is where Silver's hair is not that long. It's kind of short, and it's kind of cut into looking like, think of Dante from what's called Devil May Cry. But yeah, this is where Naruto, he is just letting his hair kind of grow. But yeah, of course, this is where Naruto has actually seen other people. Another person that has kind of like, kind of wears purple and green. His eyes are purple and green also. He wears a jester hat and kind of wears like jester clothing. This is where, this person is from a clan called the Joker. This is where this clan is, specialized in kind of, very odd abilities and very strange, kind of bending reality a little bit. And of course, this is where Naruto met this person, and this person does love to tell jokes. Very dark human, not what's it called, dark human, dark humor, other jokes, and yeah, he just loves telling jokes. Naruto sees that he's pretty good at telling jokes, but yeah. Now Joker, not Joker, this person is named, so I can't think of a really good name, so I'm gonna call him, I'll call him Dofi. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Dofi. So, of course, where, Dofi, who is also known as Doflamingo, but yeah, it's kind of just talking to Naruto and jokes and other things. Now, Naruto met another kid. Now, this kid is, like, he can transform his body into a fire, but, of course, his face melts into being bones, just purely bones. He's from a clan called, Ghost Riders. So, of course, this is where Naruto, every time he tries to talk to this kid is kind of like, he talks a little bit, not much, just like the others. But yeah, so of course that's 4 of the clans. Now, of course, this is where Naruto has met another person. This person can somewhat transform like a mole. Think of it like from One Piece when Usopp was fighting that mole lady. Yeah, this person can somewhat transform into a mole. And of course, this is where his teeth are sharp and metal most of the time, but yeah. And of course, his claws can become metal into different types of metal color, but yeah. We'll see, it's like a dark still, but yeah. It's where Naruto met another person, but this person just wears a full-on cloak, just a full-on black cloak. Of course, it's where he has a mask, but of course the mask is black. And Naruto, from seeing his eyes, are just purely black. And of course, from Naruto's kind of idea, he's from a clan called Darkness. And of course, it's where, well, he is called Yami. Well, not Yami. His name is called, what's it called? Void Yami. So of course, this is where that's from his clan, but yeah, he's able to kind of transform his body into darkness and not be able to get hit by any time soon. But yeah, of course, this is where, well, half of these kids are kind of like age to be 13 to 12, but yeah. Of course, the biggest kid I did mention he was 12, but yeah. Now Void Yami was actually 13, but yeah. Now Naruto kind of like meets other people, but I mentioned them. Actually, I'll mention one now. A girl with blondish hair, dull blue, well, kind of dull blue eyes. One is blue, one is red. Of course, her hair is kind of blondish. It's also black a little bit. And this is where, well, she has this kind of evil desire to have. She wants everyone to feel despair. And of course, this is where when she met Naruto, she tried to make him feel despair, but Naruto didn't feel it at all. Because he already felt it before and just didn't care that much. And of course, she actually got interested with Naruto. Now, Naruto still doesn't look for love much, but yeah. So it's very interesting to see these people. Of course, he met another person that's actually pretty interesting to him. This person is having kind of like bluish hair. Of course, this person, like bluish, darkish blue hair, somewhat. Of course, he can actually use telekinesis. So yeah. Of course, his telekinesis is very strong, and he can destroy anyone in a matter of seconds. But yeah. But this is actually where I'm going to leave it off. Why? Because I'm feeling tired and I haven't really ate and other things. But yeah, I should probably eat because I haven't really eat. But other than that, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato soup, potato, and potato. Bye-bye.